Hey, what's going on, Summoners? My name is Nathaning, and I'll be walking you guys through the best 3 champions in every ELO. While some champions just dominate every rank simply due to their power, others fit really well due to the general playstyle of each rank. We're going to be breaking down the general playstyle that each rank tends to follow, as well as some of their best champions. Starting from the bottom of the ranked ladder, we've got Iron. In this ELO, it seems to favor high damage surprise picks when looking to climb. This is a pretty broad definition, but low rank means that there's a lot of versatile pick potential. And fun fact, I think there are less people in Iron 4 than there are in Masters, which I believe somebody said in the comment section before that you might as well just tank your account and sell it at that point, because they go for a lot of money. Not that I encourage selling your account. Anyway, starting us off strong, we got GAREN mid lane. While most people expect GAREN to be headed top, he's actually shown a high win rate mid when it comes to Iron. This is likely due to GAREN's surprising amount of damage once he reaches an item. On top of this, he's very unlikely to get bullied hard enough in lane for his melee range to matter. This will often throw enemies off guard and make them have to think about the matchup even more than usual. Next up, we have Brand Support. While Brand Support is nothing new by any means, it's still a fairly surprising pick to many, specifically how much damage Brand can actually do. He not only has great poke, but once he gets an item or two, he can wipe out entire teams with this combo. Many players will be caught off guard by the sheer amount of burst and percent HP damage that Brand can offer. Finally, we have Master Yi. Yi has always been great at lower elos due to how snowbally he is. Pair him with the fact that most players lack the coordination to successfully CC and kill him, and you've got a monster in the jungle. Not only does he offer a ton of carry potential due to his high damage, but he also tilts the enemies fairly easily. Nothing feels worse than a Yi suddenly getting fed and killing you because of a mistake that your allies made. It's not much, but that amount of mental edge is always useful. Before we dive into our next rank, don't forget to check us out at ProGuides.com. You can go ahead and view our great catalog of challenger coaches that can personally create a walkthrough to your dream rank. Well, you got a busy schedule? We got you covered. Our trained roster of coaches are here 24/7 to help you reach your goal, whatever that may be. So what are you waiting for? Go check us out. Regardless, let's get back into the video and dive right into the best champs for Bronze. Moving on to Bronze, we have a playstyle that seems to favor skirmishers. These are usually champions that function well in small fights and can deal quite a bit of damage to single targets very quickly. Skirmishing is key in Bronze because it happens a ton, so these champions always have the advantage, and they're also really fun. For our first pick, we've got MORDEKAISER. Mord is an incredibly strong top and mid laner that offers a lot of skirmishing power and potential with his jungler. Pair this with his ultimate and he's able to remove a single target from a fight and then come back with increased stats. Next we have ZYRA support, who is an incredibly powerful skirmisher. Between her long range CC, poke and high burst, she's dangerous to underestimate. ZYRA is able to constantly harass the enemy bot lane, and with enough of a lead, she can easily one-shot most carries with her full combo. Finally, we have TRUNDLE in the jungle. While Trundle does find some good top lane success, he's found far more success within the jungle for most Bronze players. His clear is extremely healthy, his kit is relatively basic, and he's able to fight with very strong 2v2s and 3v3s thanks to his ultimate and his Q. Make sure you don't underestimate him because he can easily turn the tides of the fight by ulting your tank and then queuing onto your carry. Taking a look at the average rank for most League players, we've got Silver, which favors split pushing. This is usually due to the enemy's inability to respond to a split push properly. While this also means that your allies may not play around your split that well either, you're able to remedy this with some shot calling. Plus, once you know how to split push correctly, you often know how to answer it with ease. Diving into our first champion, we've got YORICK. YORICK is a notorious split pusher due to his incredible scaling and overall pushing power. His maiden makes it difficult to deal with him, and if he's left to his own devices, he's able to win the games on his own. While learning your power can be difficult at first, YORICK is one of, if not the best split pusher in the game. Next we have Tryndamere, who is seeing play both in the top and mid. While he offers great split pushing potential, he also gives you a chance to teamfight. With a small lead, Tryndamere can be nearly impossible to answer, and his versatility means that he can either split to end or kill the enemy carries with his ultimate. Just keep in mind how long your ult lasts, or else it can be pretty awkward to die during fights. Finally, we have Malzahar. This pick is going to catch a lot of you guys off guard, but it's actually really strong. While you're unlikely to be solo pushing a side lane as Malz, you'll be offering your team a lot of wave clear and overall safety. While your allies look to pressure side lanes, you clear waves in an instant and dismay the enemy from ever engaging. If they ever overstep, you can ult them for a kill and use that pressure to push your team onward. In our next above average rank of gold, we have the most favorable playstyle of scaling. In this ELO, it seems that games are often going longer than intended, and with that comes a lot of hyper carries. Quite a few champions have found success, but we'll cover the top 3 most iconic ones. First up, we got VEIGAR, who has been spotted in both the mid and bot lane. While bot lane VEIGAR has had far more success, he's viable in both roles. VEIGAR's limitless scaling paired with his amazing control mage kit makes him dangerous to play against. If he's left to scale, he can often one-shot others with enough stacks from his Q. However, if he gets a lead, he can buy more items and still accomplish the same thing. Playing against VEIGAR feels like a ticking time bomb, and it's shown good results. Next we have Kayle, who is notorious for her level 16 power spike. While someone like Kassadin is usually extremely weak early on, Kayle can actually play most matchups with ease. Pair this with her newfound popularity mid lane and you've got a fairly safe hyperscaler. Unlike VEIGAR, Kayle does need a few levels to truly ramp up, but with the games running long, she can easily carry her team to victory. Last but not least, we've got SONA. While this doesn't seem like a traditional hyper carry champion, SONA actually scales extremely well. With time, she's able to stack her passive, which eventually allows her to heal up her teammates non-stop. She also has a decent laning phase that can keep her and her allies safe. While she may not directly carry a game, she makes it extremely hard for the enemy to play thanks to her movement speed, CC, damage reduction, and healing. Now before we continue on with the video, don't think for a second that we have forgotten about everybody's favorite ProGuides tradition. For our question of the day today, we want to ask you all, what is one champion that you love during your climbing journey? Regardless of what it may be, let us know your answers in the comments down below. Anyway, let's get back into the video and check out the last few roles. As we get closer to the top of the ladder, let's make a stop at Plat. In Platinum, it always seems that the common playstyle involves impacting the map. This is done in a ton of different ways, from focusing on more roaming champions, sieging for certain turrets, or using Herald for aggressive plays. One pick that has seen a lot of success in Plat has been PYKE, specifically PYKE mid. While PYKE support is also great thanks to his mobility and gank potential, he's seeing far more success mid lane. This is likely due to his ability to snowball extremely hard, and with his central location on the map, he can roam whenever, wherever. PYKE's laning can be hard at first, but once you get used to it, you realize how strong his map impact truly is. While we're looking at classic champions with map impact, we can't forget about Nocturne. Thanks to his buffs, Nocturne has found a decent home in Platinum, where he's able to use his semi-global ultimate to get some picks for his allies. Between his great jungle clear and oppressive level 6, Nocturne is sure to strike fear into enemies throughout the game. Plus, he's not that difficult to play either. Finally, we got the queen of ranged tops, QUINN. With the meta shifting to favor fighters in the top lane, QUINN has begun to see far more play. Thanks to her strong laning phase, she's able to easily bully her laner and get herself a lead. Then, she can push her lead across the map with her ultimate. With it, QUINN will suddenly pair in her allies' lanes from across the map ganks that are sure to tilt the enemy team. Moving on to Diamond, we have our top 1% of players that tend to focus on team composition. While they aren't necessarily building perfect comps in every lobby, they play to the strengths of their comps, and the more versatile the champion, the better suited it is to fill in. Starting us off strong, we got SERAPHINE for both the mid and bot lane. With her massive buffs, SERAPHINE has found her way into the meta as a reliable and safe pick. Not only does she offer a nice bit of damage and utility, but she lets her team play at ease thanks to her super safe laning phase. Plus, nothing is worse than starting to win a team fight just for the enemy SERAPHINE to hit a 5-man ultimate and heal. Similar to SERAPHINE, TRUNDLE has found a ton of success mid and Diamond. Not only are his matchups fairly strong, but he also has amazing team fighting and skirmishing potential. Whether his teammates need to engage on the enemy with his ultimate or simply play for the wombo, Rumble is sure to get the job done one way or another. Finally, we've got Singe, which may be a surprise to quite a few of you. Singe has found a ton of success mid lane while also being fairly useful top. This is because he's able to clear the wave and play for his team as much as possible. Plus, he can adapt to various playstyles. If he needs to be the main engage, he can pop Predator and sprint at the enemy carry. If he's disengaging, his W and rallies are sure to discourage the enemy from chasing. Or maybe he's the main damage, which means that he can run rampant with his ultimate and Q for maximum DPS. Before we continue on to the end of the video, if you want to join an amazing community of people like you that loves lists, talk pieces, and other things like this, check out our Discord using the link found in the description. Anyway, let's get back into the video and take a look at the final rank for this video. Last but certainly not least, we've got Masters Plus. This captures the entirety of Masters, Grandmaster, and Challenger to the best that we can. In these ELOs, it favors being able to play strong, independent hyper carries. While you're not always going to be the star of the show, your allies know how to play with you if you gain a lead. With that, you can take initiative and carry the game with your team right behind you. First up, we got Karthus, who's seen both in the jungle and the bot lane. As a jungler, Karthus is able to full clear non-stop and look for extra gold with his ultimate. He will always eventually scale and be a massive threat to anybody who approaches him. When he's bot lane, Karthus is a powerful laner that most ADCs can't lane into. If he gains even a slight lead, he can run down any marksman with ease. Next we have TALIYAH, who has been seeing a lot more play in the jungle. While her first clear may be a little bit difficult to master, TALIYAH is incredibly powerful at carrying games. She snowballs out of control fairly easily, and when she's 6, she can come from any angle. The enemy is forced to think about her whenever she's not on a ward because she can gank or counter gank at any given time. Last but certainly not least, we've got KENNEN. Spotted both in the top and mid lane, KENNEN is becoming a popular champion due to his immense burst and super strong laning. He's able to take powerful short trades, and with a few items, he can wipe an entire team with his ultimate. This forces the enemy to constantly play around your flash and proto belts, or else you'll ace them and end the game. And that sums up our video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to join our ProGuides family at ProGuides.com. We offer exclusive giveaways and classes that you won't catch anywhere else, so stay tuned and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful day. Peace.